What's good, everybody? Today, we're going to learn about trapezoids and their properties. So, the definition of a trapezoid is just a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel lines. So, as you can see, this is a trapezoid. You've probably seen it before, and you see how the top and the bottom, so the parallel sides, they're called the bases. So the top and the bottom, they are parallel. And the non-parallel sides, so the one on the left and the one on the right, those are called legs. Now, in a trapezoid, all the angles in a trapezoid have to add up to 360. So just like a square or a rectangle or a parallelogram, all the angles have to add up to 360. In addition, trapezoids, the angles on the same side, they have to add up to 180. And I highlighted an example of the angles on the right side that would add up to 180. And the reason why they have to add up to 180 is because, well, since the bases are parallel, the angles on the same side are same side interior angles. And same side interior angles, they always add up to 180. They are supplementary. Now, there's a special type of trapezoid. This is called a isosceles trapezoid, and it is a trapezoid with congruent legs. That is an isosceles trapezoid. And properties of a isosceles trapezoid is that it also has congruent base angles. And the congruent base angles apply for the top base angles and the bottom base angles as well. So let's say that if the bottom base angles, both of them were 50 degrees, well, that means both of the top angles, they must be 130, because we know that the bottom angle plus the top angle on one side has to add up to 180. And since the bottom angles are equal, the top angle must be equal as well. Also, the diagonals of isosceles trapezoids are equal. So let's say this is trapezoid ABCD, and we draw a line from AC and we draw a line from B to D. Those lines are going to be equal in length. Now, let's try to do some practice problems. Alright, so given that we have this trapezoid, and I want you to find the measure of the missing angles. So, first we can find the measure of angle x. Well, because we know that a triangle, so you see how there's a triangle formed by this diagonal that contains the 88 degrees and the 73 degrees. Well, we know that a triangle, the measures of it has to add up to 180. So we can set the equation 88 plus 73 plus x equals 180. And we combine like terms and simplify. Move this to the other side, and we get x equals 19. Now what? Well, we can also find the measure of z now that we found x. Since we know that this bottom base angle you see here on the right and the top base angle, they have to add up to 180. And since we know that x is 19, we can create this equation. 126 plus x, we know x is 19, so 126 plus 19 plus, we don't know what z is yet, and it's part of this bottom angle, so we add that as well, equals 180. 126 plus 19 plus z equals 180. And when you simplify this, you're going to get z equals 35. And now y should be pretty simple to solve. We can solve it two ways, but I'm just going to do the triangle method again. So we know that the measures of a triangle add up to 180. So we can make this equation 126 plus, we know z is 35 now, plus y equals 180. And when you add this all up, you can get y equals 19. Okay, now another thing you need to know about a trapezoid is that the median of a trapezoid is the segments that join the midpoints of the leg. So it looks something like this, and it divides this leg into two equal parts. Now, how can you solve for the midpoint? The median. How can you solve for the median of a trapezoid? A median of a trapezoid is different from a median of a triangle, so don't get that confused. Well, the median of a trapezoid is just going to be the average of the base lengths. And what do I mean by that? Say that the top length is 19, or let's say the top length is 20, for example. And then the bottom length, let's say the bottom length is 30. Well, it's just going to be the average of the 20 and the 30. So you're going to get 20 plus 30 equals 50 divided by 2 because that's the average. And you get 25 for your median. That is the length of the median. Now let's do a practice problem using this. So say that the top base length is 4x plus 6, and the bottom base length is ax plus 2, and the median is 8x. I want you to find the value of x and the value of the median. So first, we need to create an equation. And since we know that the average of the top and the bottom length is equal to the median, we can do 4x plus 6, which is the top base length, plus 8x plus 2, which is the bottom base length, divided by 2, all of it divided by 2, equals to 8x, which is the median. Now what we do is we combine like terms. Combine the x values together. 12x, combine the non-x values together, the 6 and the 2, which is just 8. 12x plus 8 divided by 2 equals 8x. Now we divide the 12x and the 8 by the 2. So we get 6x plus 4 equals 8x. And what you want to do now is isolate the variable. So you want to get x alone. So this is why you have to subtract 6x from both sides. Get rid of the x from one of the sides. And you're going to get 2x equals 4. And x is just going to be 2. Now, we're not done yet. We need to find the length of the median. So we plug the 2 back into 8x. And then we get the median equals 16. Length of the median. And we can always check our work. If you're ever unsure, you should always check your work. Let's plug the value of x back into all the lengths and see if this average is correct. See if our answer is correct. So we plug the 2 back into the top. We get 4 times 2 plus 6. So the length of that would just be 8 plus 6, which is 14. And the bottom, we plug the 2 as the x. We get 8 times 2 plus 2. And that simplifies to 16 plus 2, which is just 18. Now we take the average of both of these. 18 plus 14 divided by 2 equals 16. Because we know that, assuming our answer is correct, x is the median is equal to 16. 18 plus 14 is 32. And 32 divided by 2 is 16. So 16 equals to 16. The answer is correct. So now that we checked our work and everything, we all good. And that's it, guys. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Have a nice day.